Hello and welcome back to our lovely little farm. And there are a good few changes. And I'm going to explain what's happened. One is the farm is had to be reset. The growth system that I have in place, and thanks to Crispy from the community I'm part of, it broke, I think. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but plants stopped growing. So the way it's set up is, plants are meant to grow overnight, which is nice because it means, you're not skipping 20 months just to grow one bloody field. And because I'm starting out with a few fields, I don't want to be waiting around for three fields or, well, two fields in the last one to grow when, I could have it set up. Now, from what Crispy was saying is it's meant to work off the month, so every month that goes past it should grow. Um, in the last one I had the months set for 10 days. I've now changed it to 3 days, so we'll see how that goes. There are changes because I've reset everything from the start. You'll see the money is quite high at 600,000. That's going to change. I'm going to go in and drop it down to about 5,500 because I think that's roughly what I had in the last video, or the last time I was on. I only had a small amount. I don't have chickens. I don't have Frederick. Frederick was a rooster I had, and he's gone, which is sad. Um, but yeah, I have managed to. I've just finished kind of bringing all the equipment I have now. In terms of equipment, it's pretty much a bit different actually. Apart from obviously my tractor, which is the same. The reason it's the same is because it's got my custom horn on it. Obviously, in its lovely little purple color, and I'm happy with it. In terms of other stuff, I've got a little tiny vehicle which comes as part of the one of the grape, one of the packs or DLC that you get. It's actually I'll just run over to it. I can't think of what the pack is called, but it's this little thing, and there's a reason for that, and it's to do with the baler I have. Uh, I'll stay here and I'll show off some stuff. If we jump here, jump up to what we own. So as I said, our tractor is the little Isekai, and then we've got the little uh, Tiger car, and it's from the Antonio Cario pack. Two little things, and I'm pretty sure this can hold bales. Maybe. Well, we'll see. The harvester, we've changed it up. So it's another mod. It's another one of the Bizion. I had a different one and I enjoyed it, but this one actually was 1,000 more, but it holds I think more in its tank and stuff. So I went, feck it, we'll get it. And obviously it's got its header attached. Now I don't know if the header can't do canola. You actually have to get an attachment for it. So I'd have to go and put the attachment on, and I think that's quite cool. But I don't think it can do corn, which is going to be an issue. In terms of trailers, I got this trailer second hand, and you can see it's got 33 months on it. It's damaged. It cost me like 10,000, and it's a bigger trailer than I was using. This one, the one where I now have is this one, so it's a bigger trailer, and it cost me. Oh, sorry, I clicked out with something, and it cost me less. So it's worth it in my eyes. What else we got? Cultivator is the same. Seeder is the same. The sprayer, I've changed it. It was one that holds 300 liters, and now it holds 800 liters. So, small difference. And then this is the little baler we have. Now, it does bales in 120, and I think I can pick them up, if I remember correctly. So my idea is pick them up and put them in the little car, because like I said, I'm gonna reduce the amount of money I have, and go like that. In terms of equipment, that's all we have, and as I said, we have the little car hopefully can do the bale. So Jesus, I think it can. If I pop up here, and where is it? Like, it should do bales with like the platform, but it should be grand without it. Yeah, should be okay. We'll see what happens. That's pretty much the equipment I have. In terms of fields, as you can see, I was checking, make sure stuff is growing. So our fields are obviously our yard and 62, which is what we had before. 25, and up here 29. 29 has cotton on it. I'm just going to cultivate that. It wouldn't be worth me renting or leasing a cotton harvester to harvest that field. It's not going to give me enough back to even cover the harvester. So I'm just going to cultivate that and throw something on it. These two have corn on it, and like I said, I don't have a header for corn, and I don't know if the harvester can actually take a corn header. Sorry, just jump to it, because if I do combinations, it's got this, and obviously a little trailer to carry the thing around, but I don't see the point on that. So I don't know if it can take a corn header. I'm kind of hoping it does, so I'll probably have to lease one and test that out and see how it goes. I might lease one now and see what happens, and see how it goes, and then obviously the way I have it is I save the game myself. Naturally the game doesn't save, so I can throw it. So hopefully the growth system works. It's a lovely September. I did do a quick little sleep just to make sure everything was grown, to see if the growth system was working. It is. Like I said, we have corn. It is ready to harvest. And yeah, it was, Jesus, they really didn't fertilize it. Now I do have lime plowing stones and weeds turned off. With the growth system, there's no point. If it doesn't work properly, there's no point in having it, or having like weeds on the lime. I don't want to do. So yeah, and obviously in terms of sprayers and seeds, I did that properly this time. There's a couple of pallets of seed and a couple of pallets of for liquid fertilizer up at the shop, which eventually we'll get to moving here. But that's a quick little update on the farm. Don't know when it's going to be put up onto the channel again. I think it's a couple of weeks, but I am starting to do some live streaming, and I like to live stream the farm, actually, funny enough, compared to flying, because this is a lot easier to live stream. I can do this and do multiple things, whereas with flying is, you set up a plane, you take off, and for an hour you've got nothing to do. Whereas at least with this, there's multiple things to do, especially starting up. So yeah, and if you notice, I have a lot of stuff turned off. One of the things I have turned off is the markers on the ground, as well as the little information markers to say, where to sleep. If you come here, you see up in the corner, it says to open up the wardrobe. You come over here, it'll say to sleep. So, I have to kind of figure out where some of the stuff is. Kind of caught me off guard when I was actually over here. This is the workshop, and you come in here to open up that, and I was like, well, where the hell is my repair system? You will see, if I look at things, I do get the little crosshair, which is nice. Other than that, it's turned off, and then obviously the stuff will still pop up to let me know what things are. So yeah, that is the farm, the updated farm. This is updated on Black Sheep Modding's. They updated the farm themselves. There was a couple of issues, I should say. The bunker wasn't working properly for storage, or for putting the cover on it. Apparently there was an Aladdin carpet somewhere in the yard, which I never found. There was levitating people. There was a tree somewhere on the map, on the yard or the map somewhere that was also flying. So all that's been fixed, which is nice. So yeah, looking forward to getting going again, and probably won't have to worry too much about updating the farm because I don't know. Like, they got some of the major bugs sorted out. So for us, it's just going to be getting back into everything. Hopefully the growth system works fine, and should it have a mistake, I actually have a backup of this farm as a second save. So if something happens, I can jump there and change the growth system, and it would start with everything still up at the shop, which would be a pain to carry back down, but we do what we do. So yeah, just a quick update. Thanks for checking in if you do, and see you next time. Bye. Hello again, and just it's following on from the last update, so they're going to be stuck together. I did actually test my growth system that Crispy Million, again, chap from the community I'm part of, designed. So it works around the months. If I jump in here, as you can see, field 62 grown, 25 grown, 29 grown. Now, as I said before, 29 I can't use because it's cotton. I'm just going to get rid of it. But how this system works, and I jumped into the second saved game I had to test it. I copied it again, so I have the same thing 3 times. Bought a load of equipment with large tractors to get rid of the field quickly. Spent 4 months. I have the month set up for 3 days, so it'd be September 1, 2, 3 type thing. And when it went from September, it starts off as just August and then goes September 1. But going into the next day, the next month, things grew. So I have 3 days, in a sense, to turn over fields, which is nice. And then, you know, so I can do a field a day type thing, or I can put the time to go a bit faster. Instead of keep it as real time, I could increase it to ×5 as it's normally set to when you start a new game. And I don't have to worry about trying to get something done quickly. It takes whatever the way it's designed is, however long the month is, the crops will grow. So I don't have to wait from September to February for something to grow. I just have to wait from the start of September to the end of September. And I think if I do it on the last day of September, it would be grow the next day. So it's nicely set and done. So that means I technically have 2 days. So the first 2 days, first 2/3 of the month, whatever you want to call it, to get fields sorted, and then the last one, when I have animals, can be used for animals, or I can just use it as a time to skip and make sure everything's okay before I skip. But yeah, it is all set to go. As for this, one of the issues I did say just a moment ago, or in my case, about an hour ago, was I wasn't sure if it had a header. It does have a header for corn. Jump to it. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Nope. Yeah. It does actually have a header, and it's compatible with what I have. The fun thing is, if you check here, it doesn't bloody tell you. And the only reason I found out is, you know, like I said, I went into corn headers and went, right, I'll lease that, what else do I got? And then I seen it there and I went, oh, come on. So that tells me I can combine the two, but the other way doesn't. And as I said, if I jump back and show you off this header, where is it? That's the canola thing I need. I don't know if I can just stick that on and it stays on that all the time, or if it has to be something that comes on and off. So I'm not too sure. I'm not going to worry too much about canola at the moment. I'm going to focus on stuff like wheat, sorghum, again for the chickens, other stuff like that. And that's what I'm going to use for the moment. That's how it is. That's how I have it. So that's the part 2 of the Little Farm update. It's all going to be one video. thank you, editing. But yeah, that's what's going to happen, and yeah, I will again see you when I see you. Bye.